You know, I try to keep myself balanced, and I'm right-wing of John Wayne, but I got to tell you, the other day I thought, hey, keeping with this bounce thing that I like to think I've got, I'm going to go to a liberal convention. So I did. I thought I might as well see what the other side is like, and maybe they're right and I'm wrong, don't you know? Hey, anyway, they had a couple of preachers there. One preacher came up to me when I was sitting in one of the chairs. He put his hand in my head and he says, you will be able to walk, and you will walk. And I said, hey, I'm not paralyzed. What are you doing? A couple of minutes later, another guy came over to me. He too put his hand in my head and he says, by the grace of God and his son Jesus the Lord Almighty, you will walk today. I said, what is wrong with these people? Finally I got up and I went outside in my car. It wasn't there. It was stolen. Hey, I had to walk. Those darn liberals, they just keep doing it to you every day. Prime Minister Trudeau in Canada, there's a wacko. I mean, he should have been at the convention. Hey, don't you know? He says this, it might be nice if Americans paid a little more attention to the world. What a nice comment. Why would you even talk like that? What is he saying? Who knows? Here's his brother now. He's saying, oh, you terrorist people are okay, let's leave them in the country. He's kind of aiming, pardon the pun there, I had one particular guy, Mohammed Akarit, who's a terror suspect, and he walks around with a bracelet on, and they've tried to put him in jail in the cha-cha, and he says, hey, I'm the Prime Minister's brother, and I think he should be left alone. Give him a break. He's a nice guy. I mean, why doesn't he go live with you at your house then, dumbhead? The Prime Minister in Canada wants to bring in 300,000 immigrants now. 300,000. 300,000. How many times do you have to say that? I mean, he started at 10,000, then he went to 25, and that's this year. He now wants to bring in 300,000. There's about 25% of all Canadians that don't work right now, if you factor in all of the, welfare and all this other nonsense, and he wants to bring in 300,000 people. What a moron. You know what? I think that he should start deporting old people, Canadians. You got to be born here, and you got to be a Canadian citizen. You got to be over 65. Then I think Trudeau should start to deport them in order to lower the old age pension payouts and medical costs and so on, and make living space available for all the people he's bringing in from Syria. I think that's a pretty good idea. And you know what? It's not a bad idea too, because the people, the old people, the Canadians I'm talking about, they won't know where they are anyway, because they've lost their mind long ago. Men are made fools by the media and are made to look like idiots. I remember men were men and women were glad they were, but today you watch a commercial on television, there's a man that he's trying to fix the tap of the kitchen, the water explodes everywhere, and the wife kind of has that look on her face and she phones a plumber and blah, blah, blah. Men look like idiots, right? I just don't get it anymore. But you know what? Trudeau, he kind of adds to that. He says, I have a feminine side. I mean, keep that to yourself. And now he's in charge of the Grand Marshal. That's what he is at the gay parade, Pride Parade coming up in Toronto. And the mayor, the premier, they're with him. And doesn't someone like him have better things to do? I just don't get it anymore. Maybe I'm one of those seniors that need to be deported so somebody else could take my place. Hey, with a different attitude. Y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.